Here are 10 players that are on the Detroit Lions roster bubble as training camp continues. So the Detroit Lions have done the first week of training camp, and now we have the break, and then we have training camp going to start again. With that being said, I put 10 players together that are on that roster bubble at this point. Now, there are other players that you could add to this list for sure, but here are my 10, and these are pretty intriguing ones, so I thought I would add these together. And basically what we're going to be doing is just taking a look at the player, whether or not they're going to be in or out, whether they're going to make the team or not make the team. You have to let me know in your comments below your list, whether or not the players make the team or don't make the team, and we're basically just going to compare for fun. So let's get right into this list. We're going to start this list off with Brandon Powell, no specific order. I actually have him out. I don't think Brandon Powell makes the team. I just see a lot of depth at that wide receiver position. You really have your top four pretty much solidified with Curse, Amendola, Jones, and Galladay. After that, I think Bogan will make the team because he's a rookie. And then at that point, the Detroit Lions would have to hold 6 wide receivers. And if they did that, I could see a guy like Andy Jones getting the nod there. So I don't think he's going to make the team, but he is a fan favorite. So if you want to say that, yes, this guy will make the team, go for it. I have no problems with that at all. I kind of hope he does because I know a lot of you guys actually like him. Next up, we have Travis Fulgham. So I just said it kind of, right? I kind of just tipped my hand. Why did I do that? Well, I actually have Travis Fulgham making the team as well. So Travis Fulgham will be in, Brandon Powell out. I think Travis Fulgham makes the team basically just because he's a rookie. Now, he has been putting in extra work. He hasn't been great throughout training camp, but he has been staying afterwards, putting in extra work, trying to show coaches, like, look, I want to be on this team. I'm a good player. So I really would like to see him make the squad. I think Travis Fulgham does make the team being a rookie. I think he has a lot of potential to grow. So he comes in on the in list for me. Next up, we have Andy Jones. And again, kind of gave this away, but I have him as an out as well. So Andy Jones, I don't see a way that he makes the team unless we held like 6 wide receivers. I don't know if we're going to do that. Really kind of a toss-up at this point. Now, if he doesn't make the team, he could be a guy that ends up on practice squad. But if he doesn't end up there, I think there's definitely a team that should take him. Andy Jones has a lot of talent. He's shown in the NFL. He's a very good wide receiver. I think he can do some things for other teams. If he doesn't end up with the Detroit Lions, I wish him luck if he goes somewhere else. But who knows? Maybe he'll still make the team. This is a solid wide receiver. He's done some good things throughout training camp. So I think even if he doesn't end up with Detroit, he'll be somewhere else serving an impact. So there you go, Andy Jones. Next up, we have Andrew Donnell. Now, Andrew Donnell is an offensive lineman for the Detroit Lions. This one's hard because it's hard to say, okay, well, they're going to cut offensive linemen, especially backups, because, look, we need a depth. But Andrew Donnell is a guy that's been here a few years. I just don't see him making the team. I see us adding a lot of young guys like Ryan Pope, those kind of guys. So I don't really think that Andrew Donnell has a spot on this team, so I have him and it's out. Next up, we have Beau Ben Schwazel. Ben Schwazel? I think Ben Schwazel's right. I think you guys said in the comments below. I think that's how you say it. So Beau Ben Schwazel comes in next. I have him actually as in, okay? So the rookie offensive lineman that we stole, I would say, as an undrafted free agent out of Wisconsin, I have him in. I think this is a good depth kind of guard guy. Now, he has been playing with that third team some, but that's fine. I think he's a guy that brings depth. I think he's a guy that can come in if there's injuries. He'll be a nice practice type of player. I think he does make the final roster. Next up, we have P.J. Johnson. P.J. Johnson's also a very good one, too, because he was drafted very late out of Arizona, and he's a nice defensive tackle. He could be the next Snacks Harrison. We don't know. But as we do know, we have a lot of depth. Now, with that being said, we also have a lot of injuries on the defensive line. So I think he does make the team. This is one of the guys that are actually healthy. I think he does make the team. He adds some depth. I don't know how much he's going to play in 2018, but maybe in the future he takes a bigger role. But either way, I think he will be on the team for 2019. Next up, we have Myles Killebrew, another very good one here. Okay, we actually have 2 safeties on this list that will come up a little bit later. Myles Killebrew, the hard-hitting safety that could actually move to that linebacker spot. I'm going to go on a limb and say in. I don't know why I'm saying in here. Maybe because I think he can go to the linebacker spot. Maybe I'm just hoping, okay? I think he can bring stuff to the team that not a lot of players can bring. He's a big hitter. He's made a few plays. People are like, oh, is he back? I hope he's here. I hope he's here to stay. Myles Killebrew has a special, unique skill set. He's a big hitter like Quandre Diggs. He's not Quandre Diggs, though, and that's the problem. So hopefully he makes the team. I think he's a good special teams player, and he's also could be formed to that linebacker position. So that would be nice as well. Myles Killebrew, I have you as in, man. Make me proud. Next up, I have Michael Ford at the cornerback position. I actually have to say out here, and I have so much respect for Michael Ford coming in last season as an undrafted free agent, doing what he did for the Lions. I have so much respect for you, my man. So, though I'm saying out, I think you can go somewhere else and make another team very happy. You did a lot of good things for Detroit, and that's not saying you won't make the team, but at least on my list, I'm saying out. I would not be surprised if he makes a team because he's a very talented cornerback. Next up, I have Teez Tabor, okay? And this is why he's out, because I have Teez Tabor in. I don't think both of these guys will make the team. I just don't see enough spaces for that. I'm thinking around 6 cornerbacks. So then you have Darius Slay, Justin Coleman, Rashawn Melvin, and then you have Amani, who's your 4. And then you really have to start deciding, right? And I think Jamal Agnew makes the team because he's a punt returner. And then you have really Teez Tabor versus Michael Ford. I'm going to go with Teez Tabor. But with that being said, Both of these guys can make the team. I think Tease Tabor has potential. Now, also go check out our podcast. The podcast is Detroit Heart. I was with Detroit Lions Squad. You guys probably know him from Instagram, and he actually made a good point. I won't spoil it in this video, but go check that out because he made some good points on Tease Tabor. Next up, my final one, I have Andrew Adams, and Andrew Adams is another safety. Now, he kind of pairs up with Myles Killebrew here, right? They're both safeties. So if Myles Killebrew stays at that safety spot, now it's going to be tough for Andrew Adams to make the team. Now, he's actually made some good plays. He came up with actually an interception throughout training camp already. With that being said, we have a lot of depth. Quandre Diggs, Tracy Walker, Will Harris, who I don't see going anywhere as a third-round pick, Myles Killebrew if he makes his team, Tavon Wilson. So with that being said, I'm going to have to say out for Andrew Adams. But man, I wish you the best of luck if you are out, but you may make the team. You may surprise some people. So those are my 10 players that are on the roster bubble for training camp. Let me hear your thoughts in the comments below. Let me hear your list because I'm interested to hear who you guys think will make the team. You can do it on emotion. You can do it like, oh, I like this guy. I hope he makes the team. Go for it. Because you know what? That's the fun of it. You're supposed to like players. So you guys can go for that if you want. Also, like I said, the link will be in the description. Me and Detroit Lions Squad on Instagram collaborated to do a podcast. So definitely go check it out. It's really, really good. We're probably going to do it once a week. So yeah, go check it out because it's good stuff. Anyways, thank you, Prop, for watching, and I'm out.